Today we're going to continue looking at trig functions for many of the angles, and these are going to be based again on our 30, 45, and 60 degree angles, or pi over 6, pi over 4, and pi over 3. So we're going to look at trig functions and this thing called the unit circle. The unit circle is a circle that has a radius of 1 with its center at the origin. And if you recall from our work on circles, the equation of a circle with radius 1 centered at the origin would be given by x squared plus y squared equals 1. Remember, the equation was x squared plus y squared equals r squared, where r is the radius. So like in the previous lesson, I'm going to think of P, any point, but now that point rests right on the unit circle, so it's exactly 1 unit from the origin. And thinking of the angle theta that is made by that point P, and then again we have an x value and a y value giving us the coordinates x and y. If you think of the previous lesson where we looked at the sine being y over the radius, cosine x over the radius, and tangent is y over x, once the radius is equal to 1, we can simplify that. So our sine of theta will actually be just y because the radius is 1. Cosine of theta will be x, and the tangent again will be y over x. It'll be the same thing as it was, and the reciprocal functions will again be the reciprocals of those. So for instance, the cosecant of theta will be 1 over y, the secant of theta will be 1 over x, and the cosecant, as before, the cosecant will be x over y. So if you look especially at the sine and the cosine on the unit circle, the sine and the cosine actually match the coordinates of the point on the unit circle. Okay, so the coordinates of any point on the unit circle are given by, instead of x and y, you can think of them as cos of theta and sine of theta. So here we have a point in question 1. We have a point that's on the unit circle, and we could test to see if it's on the unit circle. And we want to find the trig functions for it. Well, the first two are very straightforward. The sine of the angle will be root 3 over 2. The cosine of that angle will be negative 1/2. Okay, because sine is y, sine is x. Tan of theta will be y over x, so it'll be root 3, negative root 3 over 1, or just negative root 3. And then again, we can do the reciprocals of all of those for the other 6 functions, or the other 3 functions rather. You will receive a packet in the classroom, and you can pick it up from the classroom, and on it is a unit circle and practice sheets. Okay, and we will fill those out during part of our class time on Friday. Okay.